Okay, I think I might have started some kind of horrible temporal loop of that song. Uh, I just need to close out of the window I am looking at the stream, and it sounds like that did it. Okay. Uh, Hold on, let me just cut back in, see if I'm actually coming through well. Literally just set up this whole microphone, so I've barely any idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna need to learn how to cough away from the microphone for everyone's sake. Uh, Hold on, let me just cut back in, see if I'm actually coming through well. Literally just set up this whole microphone, so I've barely any idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna need to learn how to cough away from the microphone for everyone's sake. All right, looks like that is good enough. I'll probably have to tweak it later on once I get used to this, but that looks okay. So, here we are. I am a complete stranger to anyone who might be watching this. So you're probably wondering, why am I watching this? I'd be asking that myself. Um, well, hello, anyone who might be joining. No idea if anyone is or ever will, but I'm going to keep talking because that's what I do. Uh, in any event, I just thought I'd start doing this. It's an excuse to actually play video games and not just randomly scroll around YouTube for hours on end until I decide it's time to go to sleep. So, what kind of so hope I can get some stuff done, get some views, hopefully maybe even get some followers and have some laughs along the way. So join me, won't you? Yeah. All right. Don't really need to go over much to begin with, so I'll just jump right into things. Let's see. Let's get things set up over here. Uh, kind of wonder when I should. Let's just go now. It, it, Wait, is it actually going? I can't tell. Okay, this was working a second ago. On the right. Okay, I might. Hang on, I need to do this differently. Does that do it? Yes, it looks like. It looks like I have to do it like that for this program. So, as you can see, here I am on my totally legitimate Super Nintendo. Absolutely bought this physical copy of a game that's about 4 years older than I am. And I set up everything I needed to. I didn't need to do anything else. It's completely legal. Yep, ignore everything else you see. But actually, first, let me see how my audio levels are. But wait, no, I forgot I'm doing that. Hold on. Nix that. I'll make sure the game audio is good enough. Hold on. Waiting for it to load. Wait, I'm gonna skip that part. Where the hell am I? Hold on. There we go. Okay, I think I might want to up my volume and then that. Nope, not that. Turn that up a little. Okay, I'm just actually gonna keep the tab where my stream is playing muted so I can just jump back into that and check when I need to. Okay, so yeah, this is Jurassic Park for the Super Nintendo. It's from that whole golden age of licensed games. It's a long bygone era, kind of fitting for the subject matter. Dinosaurs and fossils, and so this game itself is kind of a fossil. Let's get that cursor off the screen. But even as these kind of games go, this one's pretty cool. You see here, it's a top-down action game. Let's kind of move around so we're not looking at that. What? Okay, yeah, let's keep that. Um, yeah, it's a top-down action game. It's big, open, exploratory. It's kind of impressive for 1993. Still has some jank. But it's also kind of interesting. So that's why I wanted to show it. And also, it has some stuff I can talk about. Hopefully. So let's get into this. Uh, yeah, the cursor moves here weird. It moves kind of weird here because this is actually compatible with the Super Nintendo mouse. The one that you'd see for Mario Paint, and I think maybe 5 or maybe at most a dozen other games. It's kind of weird. We got stereo sound and high scores because we're all going to be competing on the leaderboard for Jurassic Park on Super Nintendo. So, in any case, let's get this started. And we got that crunchy digitized audio. So here we are. We got a little tiny Dr. Grant here. We got full force taser. Nope, wrong button. Nope, hang on. There we go. There we go. Oh, you little son of a. Yeah. Yeah, you pretty much got this infinite taser. You can see it recharges on the bottom, but get other weapons like. You find those around the map. They're pretty useful. Let's see. Yeah, shotgun. I guess it only fires slugs since it only shoots one bullet at a time. It's kind of a waste on these guys. So, oh no, wrong button. Select. It always switches you back to your default gun. Pretty useful. So, you get here. You have a secondary weapon. This is probably the most useful one in the game. Sort of a snare, I think bola snare is what it's called. Very, very helpful, almost ridiculously helpful. It's practically, oh, yeah, very useful item, especially for certain sections later on, certain groups of enemies. So, actually, I need to turn down that audio a little bit. Hold on. No, where don't you go away on me? That's better. I don't know if it's the emulator. I mean my perfectly legitimate Super Nintendo that's glitching out with the sound, or it's just the extra strain of having to stream and have the extra pull on the bandwidth of the processor. My audio is kind of jumping out. Not sure if you can hear that, but yeah, it's not too bad. It still runs smoothly. It did better. It's a what, almost 30-year-old game. Jesus Christ. So anyway, nope, that just shows off the bolus. You have your secondary fire button for your secondary weapons. I will constantly get those mixed up because I'm using a totally legit SNES controller, of course, but I forget the placement of the buttons as if it were another controller, possibly from somewhere forward in time from the Super Nintendo. But we actually shoot that. Somehow electricity is solid in this universe. I mean, Jurassic Park and hard science don't exactly go hand in hand, so I'll allow that. I don't really want to wander around too much. I've said this game is pretty open, like surprisingly open for a game this old. But you can kind of get a lot of backtracking that happens. So I don't want to do too much. I'm kind of cheating. I have a map of the whole game open, but I'm not entirely using a walkthrough because I like to have some surprises, and some things are straightforward. I might end up making notes. But here you have something very helpful. It's the I think it's a motion tracker. You activate that. Yeah, there's little bits of digitized voice acting here and there, mostly sounding nothing like the actors from the movie. But it's a neat touch. It's always neat to see in this age. Yeah, that's pretty much the only appearance of the other cast members you see. They're just these little plates that pop up into your device. Oh, got some Gallimimuses. Thank you very much, tiny baby John Deacon. It's still amazing how his actor grew up and he almost looked exactly like John Deacon from Queen. It's like it just faded. Good lord. Yeah, Gallimimuses, they, it says don't shoot at them or they'll stampede, but they kind of just stampede regardless. So just stay away from them. Whoa, you little son of... No, no. Okay, yeah, lots of them. Let's not go this way. So dinosaur. Oh, you. Yeah, thank you, Tim. Dinosaurs in this game, kind of a limited selection. You only have so many. So up there you have some Compsognathids, little guys, kind of hard to shoot with certain weapons we'll see later. Then you have Gallimimuses. They mostly just charge. Not a big threat, but common enough to need to stay away from them. Oh yeah, okay, I need to stop doing that. Let's just ignore that. But you also have raptors, Dilophosaurs, the ones you expect from Jurassic Park. That there's a gas canister. Not a fan, personally. Especially for the segment coming up. And this is probably the most interesting part of the game. Because what you're seeing now, this is most of the game. It's a top-down action game. Jump around, move like you expect, sort of a Zelda thing. But you go inside, and welcome to Castle Dinostein. Yeah, for some reason they said, hey, let's take this this cheap little this cheap rushed little quick cash grab little tie-in game and just give it some, for the time, groundbreaking graphics. It's honestly kind of impressive. Oh yeah, there's a lot of bleed through of enemy effects through the walls. It gets a little annoying, but it's honestly kind of impressive. Just throw in this whole other different game on top of what we're doing now. Yep, see there, Velociraptor. Very slow moving. Yeah, those guys go down pretty easy, especially have certain other weapons. Oh, then there's a Dilophosaur. These guys don't move, actually. They tend to stay in place. They're like more like turrets than anything else. Ah, this is the real money maker. Whatever that means. It's rockets. Yeah, you get rocket launcher. I think they move a lot faster. I guess they do more damage. I can't really tell, but they're more useful. And your previous ammo type just falls on the ground. So if you want, you can come and pick it up later. It's not so bad. It's pretty convenient. Oh, you sneaky son of a gun. And there we go. And it just vaporizes them. They are no more. Yeah, no. Life's not finding a way back from that. No, you don't get back on me. Yeah, the game really likes to sneak these things around corners or just through the walls, which have no collision. So you can just get hit and not see what's hitting you. Always fun. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, kind of back up and you can back up from him. Dodge. Oh, that was just a plant. Okay, we're safe for now. One thing I kind of like, I don't know if it's intentional, you pretty much have your little nose piece of your, what would you call them, goggles? I guess Grant just is wearing goggles. He just puts on his 3D goggles to go into the, go inside. But you can kind of use that little nose piece there like a crosshair to line up with whoever's in front of you. Yeah, that works more or less. I mean, your turning is pretty clunky, but it gets the job done. I'm controlling here the turning with the shoulder buttons. Yeah, most of you just use the D-pad. There's no strafing in this. This is a pain. Come on. Yep, there we go. Walk right into it. Yeah, there's no strafing in this game. I don't know if Wolfenstein on Super Nintendo had strafing either. I don't think it might not have had the buttons for it. So at least that it's not like one had they had the capability and then just didn't use it. Yeah, like I said, they do that a lot. Um, as for ammo, I'm not sure how much you get. I don't know. There's no hard. There's probably somewhere written in a manual, which I didn't have with my totally legit copy of this game, of course. But I don't know exactly how many shots. You just get those 4 icons on your HUD, and maybe it's maybe 2 or 3 per icon. I'm not exactly sure, and let's not go that way. I'm gonna have to backtrack to get my bolas back. Yeah, this is where I don't like the gas grenades, because it's harder to shoot them. They move in an arc. It's very annoying. Up. Like I think they're a lot slower, and they have a smaller smaller hitbox. So they're not really worth using, and I think they just put dinosaurs to sleep. They don't actually kill them, and I want them out of my way. Mm. Oh, an annoying thing. You an annoying thing. You pick up ammo and health regardless of whether or not you need it. So if I ran over that health kit, I just pick it up and waste it. Very annoying. No, don't. Yeah, the shoulder buttons are actually more useful for I guess precision aiming, because your turns are faster with the D-pad. Oh, and you had a friend. Yeah, just you do little taps. This is pretty much tank controls in the most literal sense. You are moving like a tank. Just imagine Sam Neill with his hat, his bandana, his kind of like rough rider kind of look, like paleontologist look, and he just grows tank treads out of his legs when he goes inside. Ugh. Horrific abomination of metal and flesh. Mm. Worth noting about this game, it's Newman. But worth noting about the game is it actually takes more from the plot of the book than the movie. Like your main objectives are find obviously a radio for help, get a helicopter to come and rescue you, but also deal with raptors stowing aboard a cargo ship, which was a big plot point at the towards the end of the book. And also dealing with like a raptor nest that was built. I guess it was just easier for them to, instead of asking Universal for an advanced copy of the film so they could watch and take notes and figure out how to translate it, they just they just went down and grabbed the book and said, well, okay, we'll just throw whatever we want in there. It'll look close enough. These kids don't care. Wait for it. Yes, there we go. All right. I think I might get a chance to show off the bolus right in a second. Yeah, this guy's cut through you quick. Very annoying. Yeah, let's take us back outside and Grant transforms back into his human shape. This is what I'm talking about, where the bolas really come in handy. Yeah, they move fast. They spin. They have a big hitbox, and they can take out clusters of these little guys. Very handy because they will swarm you. They don't do much damage, but I think health pickups are pretty rare out in the overworld. Right? I love how kind of pinched Hammond looks in that little ID photo. The rest of them just look like no, really compressed pictures of the cast, but that just looks like it looks like they pulled a guy out of the office and slapped a hat and a beard on him and said, "Okay, you're John Hammond." And then it was so compressed that no one really cared. Yeah, the bolas are very helpful with the compies. Very useful. Yeah. Well, didn't want that, but okay. Sidestep that. Whoa. Yeah. And their hitboxes are a bit squirrely, so you can slip past. Oh, yep, there's the raptor. Nope, I don't want that. Yep, there you go. Raptor disintegrated by being hit with metal balls. Stop that. Alright, so here you can see is one of our other objectives for the game. You have to collect raptor eggs scattered around the island. There's 18, so we just picked one. We have 17 left. It's one of the reasons why I have the map open, is I don't want to go scouring around for all of them. I am terrible at doing that. There's always the one little spot I don't miss. I don't find. As globs travel far. I need to stop hitting that reflexively. Okay, I think that's everything on the roof, just the key card and the egg. So I'm pretty sure we're done with here. I think we might go rooting back around. Oh wait, no, yep, there's a health kit here. How thoughtful of me. Yeah, we just go right back down and head out. We didn't technically want to come here first, but there was. I hope my spit crackles don't get picked up that easily. They probably are, and it's probably very gross. But we didn't technically have to come here first. We wanted, but this was closest. I just wanted to show off how the 3D combat works. Kind of get that out of the way. Nope. And so I think we want to go left. And get in. Yeah, you can just skip those by both one of the shoulder buttons. try to skirt around. You probably noticed the music by now. It's very interesting. Like, this part here, we have to wait a bit for it to get going. Let's just wait. You know, tropical, jungle, tribal kind of sound, but then got some what, CNC Music Factory? Is that something 90s enough for you? To be honest, the soundtrack is actually pretty good. It's just very un Jurassic Park. Yeah, it's pretty easy to get to not get jumped if you know if you react fast enough. I think most of the enemies are kind of slow, with some exceptions. Hold on, up we go. Yep. Take that, herbivore trying to protect your territory. This is a man's world. Yeah, I mostly use the bola because these things are fast. They're much faster. Actually, no, we wanted to go down here. For there is, in fact... yeah, at least... Yeah. I guess there was just some other... Oh, no, we died. Yeah, when you die, you get... you either start back at the first... start back at the last place you left, or at the last motion tracker you checked. Or the last one you touched. It's pretty generous. You just have to remember where they are, remember to touch them. Pretty sure. I was trying to make a prom night joke out of that, but it's not. I'm not getting it. Probably comes from not technically having or not at all having a prom night. So, yeah, there you go. Yeah, the way the music changes, it's sort of based on areas, like which area of the map you're on, but it's sort of vague. The borders are kind of ill-defined, so you won't get too far into one before it switches over to another track. It's sometimes annoying because it always starts back from the beginning, and so if you want to get to the the funky club part of this track, you end up just having to go to the percussion at the beginning again. Gets a little bit annoying. Yep, there we are. Egg. Pretty sure that's the only... Actually, no. In this whole path, there's one other. Actually, two others. Yep. Thank you, Tim. Thank you very much. Yeah, there we go. Right. Yeah, we're getting some slowdown here. Oh yeah, here we are. Yep, egg. Yep, and it's trapped. Of course. Yeah, about sort of similarities to the book, or at least just details from the book that I kind of wish it carried over to the movie. Grant was very different in the book. He was described as older. He and Dr. Sattler were not a couple at all. He was her. She was a grad student. He was her teacher, and she was engaged to he's described as a lawyer in the first book, but in the second it's a doctor, or the other way around. Oh yeah, the Triceratops is nasty. I don't know if I'm going the right way for him to charge or not. There we go. But yeah, they were not a couple. And the whole shtick with Grant saying, "Oh, he hates kids," that was the complete opposite in the book. He says he really loves kids because of how they their eyes light up, and they love just the majesty of dinosaurs and learning about these creatures. It's a lot like him. It's very charming. Yep, move it. Yeah, I think these guys are just invincible. So there's no real so you can't get to them. You just have to go into those nooks and make sure you don't get jumped. So yeah, Grant was a more or less a different character. He also got some really cool bits in the book. Like we saw that incubator room in the visitor center. There's a whole scene in the book where they're going through and they're trying to take out the raptors that are followed them in. So in order to do that, Grant grabs a syringe of poison that they had, I'm assuming for testing, and he goes up to the eggs that are in the incubator room. Thank you, Ian. I don't like that. I don't like that sound. This is putting me on edge. I'm moving. I'm going. Yeah, okay. But he goes to the eggs that are in the incubator room, and he injects them each with some of the poison. He injects a few of them with the poison. So when the raptors come in, they see, oh hey, free eggs. They munch them down. They end up poisoned. Now it takes out a few of them. Ultimately, they get wise because they're smarter, or smarter than he thinks, and he ends up having to wrestle one to the ground and inject it directly. That is just freaking cool. I I am so disappointed that we never saw anything like that in the movies. Actually, another character who sort of got shafted in the book or in the movie was Gennaro, the lawyer. 'Cause, the whole joke with him in the movie is he's the blood sucking lawyer, as Hammond calls him. He's the reedy guy. He's greedy. He's just in it for he just sees, oh look, the dollar signs. There's the money we can get out of this place. He's not much better in the book, but no, he's not the one who abandons the kids at the jeep. It's a park employee actually, and I think he gets torn apart by. I think it was a Dilophosaur, or was that still Nedry? It was Nedry in both. But he gets got, the park employee Ed Regis, who runs out on the kids. Speaking of the devil, but Gennaro, he survives the book, and he's actually the one who goes to the power station, actually where we are now, to reset the generator after Mr. Arnold, Samuel Jackson. And like in the movie where Sattler gets jumped by the Velociraptor, that happens. But Gennaro, because he's described as being fairly well built and strong, he 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 wrestles, throws the raptor off of him, and then makes it for the exit. Honestly, pretty hardcore. There is there's significantly more dinosaur wrestling in the book than in the movie, and that automatically makes it the superior version of the story. Ah, we have Nedry's card, so if we want, we can go back to the visitor center after this. Yep, he's behind the door. Oh, he's behind me. Yeah, very luckily, the Dilophosaurs don't move. They just kind of sit there and spit, again, like turrets. I could probably use a map of these areas, but they're kind of easy to navigate, honestly. They're really not that. Okay, I've been here before, so. Oh wait, no, I haven't. Yeah, I'm fine with I'm fine with the rocket launcher. Rocket launcher is, as in all situations, the finest solution to any and all problems you may have. But I believe we're looking for the generator here. So we need to restart that and then do some other things. Not there. Man, I really wish you could strafe in this game. I mean, I don't think Y does anything in the first person sections. You can just hold Y and then tap left or right or the shoulder buttons and then bam, strafe. Am I just going in circles? I probably am. I most likely am. But there was that elevator, so we probably have better luck going there. For a while, honestly, I did really like the book more than the movie. It's more. God, I'm gonna sound like such a pretentious jackass saying this, but it's just more thoughtful. It's not as lowbrow and base. Oh, son of a! Here I was just talking him up. But no, it gives more. It fleshes everyone out. It does what you expect a book to do. Oh yeah, that's weird. I'm guessing that was a part of a deal. Like Kenner, the action figure manufacturer, did a lot of Star Wars toys back in the 80s, 70s. But it's not even that the book is any less action packed than the movie. Like all the action, there's probably more action in the book than in the movie. They're just more scenes they didn't adapt. Like for instance, the whole section of Muldoon, the clever girl guy who survives the whole story. He makes it through, and he is way cooler in the book. He's going out there with a rocket launcher, taking on velociraptors and fuck. Okay, that's probably what that music was warning us of. Right. Well, let's not go that direction. But no, he's out there fully armed and taking these lizards on. He doesn't just go out like a bitch. Even if he gets a great line, like that's still a good that's still a fantastic line. No, good callback. Um, and then Doctor Wu, he does not make it. Absolutely does not. He is disemboweled quite graphically. So yeah, no evil genetic experimentation, whatever the hell is going on in the Jurassic World movies. For him, he's really just a shadow of the man that we once knew. Maybe five of you tops will get that, but if you do, you're the coolest ones. You're my favorites. Um, um, and there's time for more kind of discussion of what's going on. No, like you have in a book. You have you're only limited by page count and your own descriptions, what kind of the amount of words you feel like putting in. And it helps that Crichton was a really good writer. I love Michael Crichton. Another great one, if there's one I could recommend of his, it would be Prey. It's all about. That sounded nothing like Jeff Goldblum. That sounded like some. It sounded like some New Zealand guy. I think Ocean might have been a UK or Australian developer. I forget. Okay, Ellie. They turned Laura Dern into a piece of fried chicken. It looks like. But yeah, Prey. That's a really good book. It's all about nanotechnology. I can't really explain it without giving away some of the really cool twists. But it's a good one. I think I've read it once or twice. Honestly, I don't reread books as much as I should. I think especially ones I really like. Yeah, I just a book is a lot of it's a bigger time investment. It feels like than even video games because they're not just time investment. It's like a mental investment. It takes more mental energy to get the most out of a book than it does to get out of a video game. It's not knocking video games, of course. Yeah. Yeah, this might be my favorite track in the game. It's so weird. Um, a Timeline. That's another good Michael Crichton book, but mostly just for the action parts because the science explanation because that's one of the things Crichton was really good at, taking sci-fi concepts and making them seem believable. Cloning, um, nanotechnology, and in Timeline's case, time travel, more or less. That's where I kind of have to put some air quotes around that because it's sort of. I mean, it's basically time travel. That's what they're doing. They have to travel back to. These people have to travel back to medieval France to rescue their professor who had gotten stuck back there. But they describe it with quantum mechanics, and that is something that I am terrible at understanding. Not even Richard Feynman could make that easy to understand. But I think that might be the point. Like, the most I can do is say, okay, it's kind of not supposed to be understood easily. But then they try to, but then the Timeline tries to base their time travel, again, air quotes here, around that, where they're they describe it like tunneling through the quantum foam, sort of the space between atoms that we can't really comprehend, into what's I guess was described as a parallel universe. It's sort of strange. I need to stop doing that. And characters bring up your typical time travel questions. The grandfather paradox. So what if you went and tried to kill your grandfather to prevent your own existence? Well, there you've prevented yourself from going back and from existing to go back and prevent yourself from existing. You've created a paradox. The people who are organizing the time travel act like that's not possible. They say things like, "Oh, what if something happens to intervene?" I might just have to read it again to understand it, but it was just very strange. And again, based on a field of science, like scientific research, I do not understand. Hang on, I am going to take a sip of water. Mm. Enjoy my enjoy my sounds of refreshment. but it's even with that, like once the action starts, it's pretty gripping. Like he was Crichton was good at making the science and the action interesting. It was very cool. I should probably remember to turn off Steam overlay so that no one sees the names of my Steam friends. There we go. But something the book of like back to Jurassic Park, something the book did that I really liked, I thought was better than the movie, was they made it clear that this was something out of their control from the start. Because a famously iconic moment in the movie is the Brachiosaur. We see that everyone is awed. They think, "Wow, it's a real living dinosaur. It's amazing. How did you do this?" In the book, we get the same scene. Where they come up, they drive up, they see there's a Brachiosaur, a dinosaur, standing there. It's real, it's alive, and they're thinking, "Oh God, what did you do?" They know this shouldn't exist from the start. It's not just Malcolm being the yeah, we can't go there yet. I think we need to explore around here first. And not just Malcolm being the naysayer. Oh, that was easy. Took a lot longer in the movie. I kind of wish if you could explore around. I mean, I know I know the rating and the standards of the time wouldn't allow it, but if you explored around, you could find you could find Sam Jackson's severed arm. You know, just there. They got him. But it wasn't just Malcolm being the naysayer. You know, the chaos guy, because he knows everything's gonna inevitably come down to anarchy, entropy. Any system is gonna spiral out of control. Oh, everyone, the biologists, the scientists were going, "This is not cool. We can't let this happen. We can't say this is okay." Although it has been a while since I read the book, so there might be more nuance to it. I can't quite remember, but I feel like I remember. No, yeah, they were not okay with this. So it wasn't the pure Spielberg. Wow, look at the joy and wonder. Though it's kind of weird saying that because the man also did Jaws and then Schindler's List. Not very joyful, wondrous films. Though I love Jaws a great deal, I still need to watch Schindler's List. I've seen the scene when Schindler's making his exit and he breaks down because of all the people he could have saved, and that's just good acting. It's a problem with most historical fiction, like dramatization of fiction, where it's hard to it's hard to paint evenly. For if that makes sense. You have to make it look like, okay, here are the good guys, here are the bad guys. Son of a bitch. Oh yeah, sometimes that happens where if you try to back up from an attack into an elevator, you just start the elevator again. Fortunately, there is floor chicken. Yum, yum, yum. But yeah, it's the problem with trying to make a story out of history. Like, history is often very complex. Like, even well, often, always much more complex than the retellings will let us think. Like, I have no doubt, Oscar Schindler did a fantastic thing, and I haven't fully researched the man himself, but it's not gonna be that clear cut. I probably don't even know what I'm talking about, so I'm just gonna go back to talking about Jurassic Park. So yeah, that battery we picked up, that powers the. I guess that's what we're wearing actually. So we have night vision. We just have these night vision goggles on all the time, even when they're not powered. But we just plop them on our head, and then wait to find batteries so we can just actually use them for what they're meant for. Ooh, nice. Yeah, this is more or less kind of a remake of the NES version. Like it was, they're they're very similar. They have similar layouts, kind of similar art style, with less detail, obviously. But the NES version had top-down sections for the interiors. Yeah, that gets really confusing when you don't know what the hell's what where the hell the enemy is. So it can be through a wall or even, I guess, somewhere on the other side of the map, and you just don't know. You don't know what's actually going on. Or you don't know where it actually is. I gotta wonder, why was everyone, if no one else is actually physically appears in the game, why are they just leaving their ID cards around? Like Hammonds was on a roof on the visitor center. What was he doing up there? Where is he? Where he be? I kind of wonder, would it be possible, just with how this is coded, to have dinosaurs show up in the elevators? I just don't know if they're meant to be, since the elevators are meant to be an entity, not just not just a flat room or just a static room, or since I don't know. Actually, yes, the I guess the elevator works more like a teleporter. Yeah, I know some. I know some. I know of some old like, fake 3D first-person engine tricks, like your Doom engine, your Build engine. I ended up playing some. I think it's a Build engine. Like Blood's a great game. That's a shooter. But yeah, I'll save that for another time. I love that. I love this. I think that that pattern is a reference to the. I mean, I don't know if it's a reference, but it might just be completely unintentional. But it's the kind of like in between the major chapters, like the major parts of the book, we see some of Malcolm's I don't know what you'd call it, the visualizations of his of chaos theory, that kind of like those patterns of chaos. Chaos theory is something I understand probably as much, if not less than quantum mechanics. But it's his formula sort of being illustrated as the story gets out of control, as the events spiral into chaos. Hang on, check the map, see where the heck I am. Okay, yeah, there's something down here I can go for. That's not. Just need to stop doing that. Though honestly, I can't remember the last time my ammo dipped below 1. Oh yeah, that's funny. Your Nedry will pop up and he'll give you intentionally bad advice. And then if you die to presumably whatever he was warning you about, his next one will say sucker. Sorry if my voice didn't come through there. I'm not good at yelling. Probably why I sound very monotone, but It's also because I do not know how well sound will carry through these walls, and my parents are trying to sleep. But, fuck. There we go. Got the TIE Commandus axe. Very deadly, very dangerous. Okay, we've got some mountainous area, or as much of a mountain as you could show here. And it's no like Death Mountain in Link to the Past. I guess it gets the point across. Yeah, if you go under those guys, they do that. Like they just kill you instantly. Very annoying. But also they split into 3. I don't think you get points. You get extra lives for the points you get. I think you just get extra lives from what you pick up on the map, because there are a few of them on the map. So I pretty much don't know where the hell I'm going now. Well, I turned on the power. I have Nedry's ID card, so I probably just run back up to the visitor center. Actually, yeah, we do have the battery for the night vision, so we can just go up and into the. There are some dark rooms that we couldn't get into. I think, yeah, in the visitor center. Ah, the dildo mantis. I hate to imagine what its arms look like. It's a terrifying thought. Yeah. Yeah. Watch out. Got a hair trigger. Nope, not. Oh my goddamn one-man extinction event. The fiddly little bastards. I think we can just, yeah, head back up through the gate. See, I thought I remembered hearing or seeing that this game has an odd respawn system, though I might just be thinking. I might just be thinking of the interiors, because it doesn't. I thought I heard that it doesn't just respawn dinosaurs infinitely. It pulls them from other parts of the map, so you can clear out areas, but they're not. Oh, chicken, nice. But they'll get replenished from other areas. I'm not entirely sure. I might have misread it wrong, or the person I read it from might have been wrong. So honestly, this place still looks cleared out. So I think I was doing the right thing. Going here first. Let's save that. But actually, back to the book. So that appearance by Lex reminded me. Lex and Tim have sort of opposite personalities in the movie from the book. They got an opposite sort of character roles. In the book, Tim is the older, smarter one, more reserved, who gets along well with Grant, because, like I said, he actually really likes kids in the book. Not in that, but why did I even say that? But he actually they get along really well. They actually have some really sweet little some sweet interactions. But and Lex is the younger annoying one. She's not the computer whiz with the Unix system. Like she's just the one who kind of makes noise and complains. And it's Tim who knows how to use the computers ultimately. And helps them save the day. But in the movie, they switched them around and then made them both incredibly annoying. What? Huh? What? What? I mean, I'm getting low on lives, but it actually doesn't matter much in this game. It's surprisingly generous. Where even if you game over, you start back at your last checkpoint, which in this case would be I'm pretty sure this building with 3 lives and all the ammo you had when you died. Okay, that room just kills you. Okay, not going in there. I Wait, did I use up my battery? I guess the battery is just good for well, that's really annoying. Yeah, the battery is just good for whatever building you're in. And that was a cheap ass 90s. Cheap ass 90s D cells. Drains like a tub. Yeah, move, scoot. Yeah, and if you walk into an out, and if you walk into a dark room without the goggles on, you just die. That's very annoying. I mean, before when I was testing this out, I just ignored that. It gave me the warning. It said, okay, we'll just walk around that. We'll come back later. But no, I guess that was the smart thing to do because it just fucking kills you. Very very annoying. Another annoying thing is this game doesn't actually have a save feature. It's just one playthrough. That's all you got. You have infinite continues, and again, it's very generous when you start over. But nope, you just start out, you die, or you do it once, or no, not you die. You turn off the console, start all over again. That's not cool, especially for 1993. I mean, 6 or so years earlier, when battery saves were a lot more, or battery-powered saves were a lot more expensive, you're more likely to see password saves. Yeah, sure, I'll buy that. But this is the future. This is the cutting edge time of 1993. We are not animals anymore. We walk and behave as men. It's just a really annoying quirk, but again, since uh, due to the nature of our incredibly legit, obviously totally legal means of playing this game, we don't have to worry about that because I have my ways. I'm pretty sure we do something here. Maybe. No, we need something later. I think I passed where I needed an injuries card. I think that might have been on the second floor with that other elevator. Yeah, elevator. Mm. Actually, just to get back to the point I was trying to make about how in the book they knew the park was screwed from the start. They learn much earlier that the dinosaurs are breeding outside of captivity. Actually, on the tour before the T Rex breaks out and everything really goes to hell, they find out that the numbers are much higher than they think there are. Like it was already slipping out of their hands before they even knew it. Nedry just made things worse. Don't go in there. I just think that's a much more interesting way of setting up the story. But it would mean you have to spend a lot more time setting that up, which is a time you don't really have in a movie. That's what you always have to consider with any adaptation. How well will this setup work in this other medium where maybe time is more of an issue, maybe visuals are an issue. That's always the thing. What you think something is will always be different will always depend on you. You imagine some very specific idea of what something looked like when you read it, when you when you heard about it. I really hope the mic isn't picking up my disgusting spit swallowing sounds. And yeah, that did that again. Yep, pick that up. Damn it. But just some things that would be really hard to do in exactly the way you imagined it. Of course, some authors banked on that. I mean, look at Lovecraft. Dude literally, dude literally made just said most of what he thought of was indescribable. Or most of the beings, the creatures, the whatever the hell. Okay, I think this is the Nedry room. Like you literally could not understand what was going on or what they were. It works for his kind of horror. Literally, you're not supposed to understand. Mm-hmm. Go fract. Yeah, I think that's it. It's a fractal. I don't even know how this is working. I guess we did something? Go us. Yeah, that was the kind of storyteller Lovecraft was. It was all the unknown. It was all the mystery and the fear that lurks inside that. And no, it was not all just his xenophobia and you know racism. Like I will defend Lovecraft, man. The guy was literally not well. He he had a sheltered turn of the century upbringing. He was basically afraid to go outside, afraid of anything different. Do you expect the guy to be Mr. Progressive, Mr. I want to give the world a Coke or whatever? No, not that. How do I even know I have batteries? I don't think there was a meter for that. But yeah, I just really enjoy Lovecraft. I think the man was a talented writer. Inspired a lot of inspired and either collaborated or so influenced a lot of other really good writers. There was a great collection I had on Kindle a while back. It was all just stories inspired by Lovecraft stories. It was all like you had sometimes they were more or less sequels to stories he'd written, or just had the same themes, the same kind of menace menace being present. There's one by Mark Laidlaw, the Half Life guy. That's a weird one. It was about a game developer and sort of an eldritch controlled studio, controlled by some higher being. Very strange, pretty cool. There's another one. I think this might be a better known short story, but it was a retelling of the first Sherlock Holmes story, A Study in Scarlet, but it was in alternate Victorian London that had been taken over by some things from out there. And it was written by Neil Gaiman. It was very interesting. I don't want to say more about that because there's a really good twist at the end that's worth makes it worth reading. But also, it's a good story. So did we get the motion tracker on? I have no idea what we've actually done. Honestly, I just kind of want to poke around a little more, see what there is. Don't think it'll be going on for too much longer. I really just wanted to test out the mic. Got him. Yeah, just collect a few more eggs. Sort of go to the other sides of the map. Oh, no, keep doing that. Yeah, this music, it's so weird, but it's really cool. Yeah, like almost any recharging weapon in a game, the taser is virtually useless once you get something else. Like at least the base level, was it diffusion pistol from Unreal? Like you have virtually no reason to use that outside of after you get anything else, especially Unreal, because Unreal has really good weapons. I was just checking to see if anyone was actually tuning in. Yeah, yep. Actually, speaking of games based on books, more or less, you can see the famous Jurassic Park R. Very iconic. Very, very iconic. But speaking of both Unreal and games based on books, I noticed the game adaptation of Wheel of Time is on GOG. I bought it yesterday. I started playing it. It's really cool. It's a first person shooter more or less, but with a unique weapon system where they're all the kind of in lore spells. It's a complex fantasy stuff. I literally only read a chapter of the Wheel of Time. Like I own the first book, but I want to read more. But I literally just read a chapter because I think I also wanted to start reading Red Dragon, which is also a very good book. That game over. But yeah, see, we start. Yeah, we have all our weapons. We have three new lives. That was an unpleasant sound. Sorry. And we just start back with the last checkpoint. It's kind of crazy. But again, the cost of it is we don't get any saves. But yeah, again, I literally just started the first Wheel of Time book. Oh, I liked it. I plan on going back, but it's just I have not read more, and so I would be completely lost. I'm completely lost on the terms most of the time. Because every fantasy story, it's got to have its own little lexicon. It's one of the few bad things Tolkien did. You gotta make your own little universe, and everything has to have its own name, with so many, just so many apostrophes. Everything has to have an apostrophe on it if you're making it sound really fantasy. I think Frank Herbert's to blame for that. I mean, the Dune, there are apostrophes everywhere. Apostrophes and hyphens. I mean, Dune also gets a pass because it's really freaking good. Honestly, I kind of looked down on the movie for a while because I was just thinking, nah, they won't get it. Like I was turned off by the first trailer because I thought, oh no, no, they didn't get it, they didn't get it. But then I started to see more behind the scenes stuff with Denis Villeneuve, who was obviously super passionate about this whole story. I think what really sold me was his breakdown of the Gom Jabbar scene, a critical scene to get if you're gonna understand, if you're gonna do a good adaptation of Dune. No, he described everything. He described everything it needed to be. Just the significance of Paul, the significance of the Reverend Mother, a lot of where the story will go because he knows where the story is going, but also what it really means. How it's not just the hero comes in and saves the day. How much he really affects everything. That'll be explored in later parts of the story. No, it was very comforting. He got it. He understood, and he obviously really wanted to do this well, and he did. It was just that scene in particular. Looking at it, how I was sort of I thought I was turned off by the little bastard. I thought I was put off by the visual style because I'm not too big on Villeneuve's style. Like I'm not interested in his Blade Runner movie because I love Blade Runner, but it does not look appealing to me. It doesn't look like Blade Runner. It's too it's too sparse. It feels weird going from probably one of the most visually distinct and visually complete films ever made to something that's just so different and saying, oh yeah, it's the same world, just 30 years ahead. But of course, I mean that's how technology changes. Aesthetics, preferred look of things just changes with time. So I suppose that's more realistic. I'm just not a fan. So it really looked like he was doing that with Dune, and that kind of upset me. Because Dune, even if you just imagine it at all times, that's what you do when obviously we read the book. But you think of the richness of everything. This it's a medieval world set thousands of years in the future. So you see the grandeur of all of that, like the details of the uniforms for House Atreides, or the kind of character you expect from the technology, which is it's so separate from what we've come to see as future technology. It's a world without computers. Computers are done. The work of computers are done by trained humans. All very unique stuff. I didn't want to see that stripped down to something that spare. But no, in fairness to the man, having seen the film finally, he really didn't do that much. It looks weird and detailed enough where I can go, yeah, that's Dune. my This is kind of funny. Like my dad and I, he were both. He's like an old OG fan of Dune. He read the book a whole bunch of times. He was disheartened by the David Lynch film. But he's complained multiple times about how he hated that the ornithopters didn't have wings. Like, they're very clearly described in the book as having wings. It's in a part of just that weird path technology took in this world, but it's super interesting. So I was very very heartened to see that the ornithopters had big dragonfly wings, and specifically dragonfly wings, because that's always how they're described. The kind of that or that's, I forget if it's how that's described. It's been a long time since I read Dune, but I remember like that kind of fluttering beat of the wings. So it's not like they don't flap like birds, which would look silly for for a wing for some kind of vehicle. But they're propelled like dragonflies. This looks much more interesting. But they actually gave them that kind of they gave them those kinds of wings in the new movie, and they look great. They honestly look really awesome. Did I even have a point here, or was it? Did I just get distracted and start talking about Dune? I probably was. Oh well. Hey, it's a good thing to talk about, honestly. Wonder if is that really a more efficient way to get the most out of it? Hang on, let me check something. So let's see, like this full blast. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's about 6 seconds. Let's let that recharge. Okay, where the heck are we actually? Okay, we're right here. And then just let's try tapping it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, yeah, that seems to be doing it. Yeah, I guess that does something. Yeah, I guess that kind of works. Doesn't work with those gates. But well, sort of works against the dinosaurs. Oh yeah, yeah. For some reason, they stay completely solid when their bodies stay there. So it's probably why it's best to just blow them away. Honestly, I do think this is a kind of cool game. It's just so. I feel like even if it was kind of a cash grab, cheap, let's just throw something together for the movie that's upcoming. It's just kind of weird on its own way in its own ways. It has enough effort put into just the right places. Like how the music is just so bizarre. So not what you think when you hear Jurassic Park, 90s techno or kind of techno beats. But it works for the game. Kind of wonder what the hell is Grant even holding? It almost looks like a pulse rifle from Aliens or something. Yeah, as you can see, the game is surprisingly open. You can explore all of this from the start and just figure out where you're going. It's like Zelda 1 in that way. You just need to find that thread, figure out where things go. That's kind of what I'm talking about. You wouldn't expect open-ended design like that from your run-of-the-mill licensed game. That'd be why I miss some licensed games. That's when I was a kid. That's a lot of what I played, because I was a dumb child who only who would go to pick up Game Boy games, because I only really had a Game Boy growing up. We didn't. Oh, asshole dragonfly. I only really had a Game Boy growing up. A Game Boy and then a DS. But but until we got a console, which is a Wii, we didn't. That was my main way of playing games. So I would go down to Walmart or Target or whatever, just pick up something with my allowance, the money I'd scrape together, and it'd usually be a package that if it was something I recognized. You know, oh hey, there's the Harry Potter games. There's like some movie tie-in, but there's still some decent ones in there. The first RPG I ever put hours and hours into. I think the first RPG I ever beat was Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban on the Game Boy Advance. I'm not kidding. It's a full turn-based RPG. It's entirely magic based, which is really kind of cool. Well, it's simple. It's simple. You don't have much choice. It's not like a it's not it's not like an SMT game or something. But it's actually a really cool little RPG. And I ended up playing it so much that I got up to about, I think, New Game Plus 3 or 4, just on the same save file, just playing it over and over again, and getting more ridiculously overpowered every time. So that was fun. And actually, one I might want to play again, just because it was really cool, was Nightmare Before Christmas game on the Game Boy Advance, the Pumpkin King. It's pretty much a full like Metroidvania, with themed around Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a prequel to the movie. It's how Jack Skellington first fought Oogie Boogie and got to they came to be enemies. But it's got some fantastic sprite work, some great renditions of the soundtrack of the movie. It's legitimately a good game. Actually, what really attracted me to that was it had one of those holographic covers. Like there was on top of the box, there was this is like one of those holographic sheets where if you twist it one way, it's Jack looking normal, looking cool. And if you twist it the other, it's his Pumpkin King form, where he's all covered in flames and looks really neat. I had that, I had that specifically pinned to my wall. I just I peeled it off the box, and just had it on my wall for a while. I had a bunch of just random crap on my walls for the longest time. For some reason, I had I had printouts of screenshots of the game based on Gremlins, the movie Gremlins for the Atari 2600. Just the opening screen with the sprites and just one of the gameplay sections just pinned to my wall for years. Not even cut out or anything. Just just these screenshots sort of wet nudged up in the corner. I was a I was an odd child. Yeah, you sneaky little bastards. Hold on, I'm moving. Gotta do a 3-point turn in order to get around to you. Yeah, I miss those kind of licensed games. You could get some fun ones. Mostly because your expectations were at rock bottom. Tricky bastard. Ah, there's a battery. Now we can enter the death room. The only way out of there is death. There you go. Yeah, they ran out of characters, so they just went to level 1 card. Oh, I'm with you. There we go. I'm there. Yep, I got all of them. Twofer. Beautiful. Wait, what are these? What are these on the walls? Are these supposed to be? Oh, are these supposed to be hatches that lead out into the pen? I guess, but it just looks like it's a very strange singular-minded poster. Just a whole bunch of these same posters. You like how do the bolas explode? What are they really? What is this strange multi-purpose weapon that Grant has? Okay, I think there's one around the corner. And yes, there be. No, there be no more. I don't know if that's like Doom, where it's the enemy alert sound. You pick up an item or make some noise that triggers them. I think it might be, actually. Hold on. Oh, I'll get you. There we go. Son of a... Come on. It. Ah. There we go. Whoop. Turning. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna wrap up soon after I get out of here. I think I've made my point. Whatever that may be. I still don't know. God, how many ways down do you need in this place? I mean, sure, you want to make sure your most dangerous animals have plenty of safety protocol and care to make them maintenance around their pen to make sure they don't break out. But God, how many basements do you need below that place? Yeah. Oh, too far. Nope, not for you. There we go. Spin around. There seem to be as many, or if not more, Dilophosaurs in here than there are Velociraptors. I do hope I'm not sitting too far away from the mic so that people can actually hear me. Actually, let me check. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I think that's probably good enough. Yeah, I don't know if I'm just refilling my rocket launcher constantly, or it's still counting beyond what it shows. And even if I'm getting pickups pretty frequently, it's still... I still feel like it should be counting down. Come on. We got audio. There you go. Yeah. Darn it. There we go. Yeah, if I had those gas grenades, I'd be out of it. I don't think I could do that unless there's some AOE on them. But just the arc is so hard to deal with. Just standing there so inquisitively. Not even character for them. But we'll see wherever that goes. Maybe. Yep. Yeah, honestly, this isn't even as exciting as something like Wolfenstein. There, at least you get, some more engaging music and the automatic weapons, more colors, just gray. Nazis are better interior designers than theme park and exotic theme park manufacturers. Who knew? Yep. There we go. Oh, yeah. The extra lives are literally just the icons you find around the map. Finding your HUD around the map. Like the tasteful silhouette of Grant there. I mean, we assume it's him. Probably it looks more like Indiana Jones, to be honest. Oh wait, I missed this one. No. I don't think I did. Yeah, that's where I first came in. And then I went to the left. Yeah, it looks like for the most part you just clear out areas, and that's all you got. That's all there is. Maybe they respawn a few of them just to keep things more interesting. I'm really sick of these one. It's like one by however many long corridors where they you were certain they put a dinosaur around the corner, so by the time you're trying to maneuver yourself around, it's already slashed at you. Very significant pain. Sorry for that, if you heard it. It's a good thing pickups are always pretty visible, even with the low resolution. It'd be very annoying to go through this whole labyrinth and realize you forgot the key card, but no, they always stick out. You see the little patch of white with a stripe of red. Yeah, that's one. Oh, come on. He didn't pick up his own key card. Well, I think that's pretty much everything I have to do around here, or I can do around here. Let's see if we can get back to the entrance. Nope, nope, that did not want that. Yeah, I still have to find the other one to actually get back up to the surface. Unfortunately, it's not too far off. I don't think. Sit, maneuver, maneuver, maneuver. Oh, he's out of control. He's oversteering. Okay, was this the ground floor? Yes. Oh, thank God. I was thinking if my battery ran out, no, and I was stuck back there. Yeah, those like the actual way they. Well, I mean traditionally bolas are hand thrown, I believe. Just grab one and then you just hurl it at something to snare up its legs. I imagine they kind of packed into a line with the cord sort of strung between them. If they're in some kind of rifle and they unfurl as they fly through the air and then hit whatever your target, or well, in this case they just make it explode. Kind of goes against the point of this this ammo if it's just making it explode, making it dead. Okay, now I have to go up another level. You know, it doesn't not even just fall down like the gas grenades or the one or the taser or the one weapon I haven't shown, which is the tranquilizer dart, which I believe is the only weapon that affects the T-Rex. It doesn't damage it, but there we are. But it knocks it back a little. Yeah, like I said, there is a lot of backtracking in this game. I mean, once you kind of get a lay of the map, it's not too bad. And just need to remember what goes where. Nope, whatever. I have plenty. Well, let's at least kind of maneuver back down to the center and leave it at that. Not get run over by Gallimimuses. Beware of the dildo mantis. And that's a truly horrifying image. Would it just be the singular dildo, or would it have the would have the kind of hinge, so it has the sides. God, the mechanics of it, Jesus. It's just use our yeah, yeah. There, if you pause or you hold still long enough, you get Mr. DNA trivia. He's not just one of the best Evo songs. He doesn't have the accent though. I mean, I don't know how you could do the accent, but it's just yep, 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 yep. It's kind of sad. I mean, I want to hear the accent and the voice. Well, anyway, so I think that's enough. Let's just use our perfectly legitimate means of saving our progress. Because I mean, hey, I made some progress. I kind of wanna go back and finish this. All right, there we are. So let's just exit that out, and hopefully it does not embarrass me by showing my desktop. Yep, nope, there we are. Well, I guess that's it. That's a good place enough to end. So that was some fun. I had some talk, had some laughs. I hope. I don't know who's actually watching, but whatever. So yeah, I hope to do more of this. Yeah, could be fun. Maybe actually get a series going on a game that I want to keep playing, or a longer one I want to actually keep playing. Excuse to clear out my backlog. Yeah, I plan on doing more of this. Probably mm, Wednesdays, Thursdays, or Fridays, just because those are the days that most am most able to stay up late. So, well, I guess that about does it. Well, anyone who sees this, God, phrasing it like it's a like it's an it's an audio log in a it's an audio log in a System Shock game or something. Oh yeah, that's one I could play. I pretty much I know System Shock 2 like the back of my hand, so that should be pretty easy. But in any event, well, thanks to whoever might end up seeing this, and well, good night. I'll see you. Yeah.